last video, like, a couple things have happened, right? I've gotten, like, a little bit of info about that law enforcement position. It'd be interesting, right? Yeah. Next, I bought a loaf pan thing. Like, I've realized I don't have fucking much cookware at all right now in comparison to what I had at my old house. So I need to remedy that, like, ASAP, right? Anyway, I cooked this, like, meatloaf thing that someone had suggested. I bought one of those Hunt's cans of tomato sauce that have the recipe on the back, but check it. Add some chorizo in that shit. Thank me later, okay? It only takes like an hour to fucking make, which is perfect. Though I didn't make it for me though. But I had to add the chorizo because I fucking eat chorizo with 99% of the shit I fucking eat. And hot sauce. Okay? Anyway, I'm also feeling a little bit more comfortable at the house now that like things are kind of settling in. So you're probably gonna see me more looking a little goofy because I'm comfortable. So it is how it is. Anyway. I told y'all I was gonna fucking make like some videos, and I have time today because I'm not going back and forth between work like I have been lately. And I want to get back into talking about the serial killer stuff, right? I have all of them written out right now. Okay, so all I have to do is record the video and post it. And we're going to start back on it today. Hold up. We are on episode 14 of my serial killer series. And we're going to start off by like talking about a few of the several infamous serial killers there. Okay? First one, Herb Baumeister. He is believed to have killed at least 27 men he met at a gay bar like during the 1980s and 1990s. His victims were often buried on his property, and 11 remains were found there. He fled to Canada and committed suicide when faced with an arrest warrant. 2 is Bell Gunnis. Born in Norway, Gunnis immigrated to the US and was involved in several suspicious deaths, including those of her husbands and suitors, often for insurance payouts. A fire at her property in 1908 led to the discovery of several bodies. The third was Orville Majors. As a nurse, Majors was convicted of killing patients, with the death rate at his hospital increasing significantly during his tenure. He was suspected of, injecting victims with potassium chloride. Number 4, Eugene Britt. Britt was a serial killer and rapist who killed at least 7 girls and women in Gary and Portage, Indiana between May and September 1995. He was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. These cases, I'd say, reflect a chilling part of Indiana's history and have been the subject of various true crime investigations and analysis. So, moving from that point, Indiana has its share of unsolved serial killer cases, right? Some notable ones are Naja Farrell, who was murdered in Avon, Indiana on March 15th, 2019. She left for work early in the morning but never arrived. Her case remains unsolved. Denise Flem went missing in 1986 after leaving home to retrieve her purse following a night out. Despite extensive efforts, her disappearance remains unsolved. Libby German and Abby Williams, Delphi murders. In Delphi, Indiana, on February 13th, 2017, two young friends, Libby and Abby, were killed while hiking on a trail. Their murders shocked the community. And it still remains open, actually. Larry Hall. Although not officially convicted in Indiana, Larry Hall is a suspected serial killer who has cast a shadow over multiple unsolved cases in the state. He recanted confessions. His recanted confessions have perplexed police departments, leaving many questions unanswered. Additionally, there are other unsolved cases across Indiana, including the I-70 serial killer, believed to be responsible for killing at least 9 individuals along Interstate 70 across the Midwest. One of the victims was Robin Fodor, a 27-year-old from Indianapolis. These cases highlight the ongoing efforts by law enforcement and families to seek justice and closure for the victims and their loved ones. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Indiana has established a cold case murder unit within the Indiana State Police to investigate unsolved homicides. These units, they focus on cases that have gone cold, often due to a lack of resources, witnesses, or evidence. The Indiana State Police cold case investigations, they actively work on cold cases across the state. They value assistance from citizens as the information provided can help bring closure to families and friends of victims involved in these unsolved cases. The ISP maintains a list of cold cases by county, covering various regions in Indiana. Each district within the ISP is responsible for investigating unsolved homicides. Telephone numbers for each district are listed on their website, and citizens can also contact the ISP Criminal Information Hotline at, from what I looked up, the number was 1-800-453-4756. Okay? Project Cold Case. So, Project Cold Case is a not for profit organization with a mission to publicize every unsolved murder in the U.S. They connect information, law enforcement, and families to help solve cold cases. Their comprehensive database contains basic info on most homicides across the U.S. In Indiana alone, there were approximately 17,523 homicides between 1980 and 2019. Yeah. Of these, around 10,318 were solved, leaving law enforcement with approximately 7,205 unsolved murders in Indiana. Regional unsolved murders. Within Indiana, you can find information on unsolved murders organized by region. Northern Indiana cases include the 1987 murder of Linda Weldy, the 1986 murder of Brandy Peltz, the 2003 murder of Lawrence Larry Howard Groves, and the 1990 murder of Daryl Messer, among others. Central Indiana cases include the 1981 murder of Darlene Russell, the 1995 murder of Wilman Cheek, the 2002 murder of Nancy Lyons, and the 1991 murder of Marcia Gibson, among many more. Okay. Indianapolis. Unsolved murders in Indianapolis include the 1975 murder of Valerie Davis and the 1980 murder of Lisa Reimer. These dedicated efforts by law enforcement and organizations aim to bring justice even years after the crimes occurred. So I'm going to end the video here, okay? I know it was pretty short, pretty straight to the point, but good news, I've actually got a second video that I'm working on right now on my other screen, and I think you're going to actually like that one. So as fun as it was to talk about Indiana, I'm gonna see you guys in just a little bit. You're most likely gonna see me in the same shirt. Sorry about that. All right, bye.